is for all women like me and all those who love and support women like me. I put up a post saying that sometimes we need to thank God for what did not happen. You know, sometimes the running theme, honestly, we don't know what we need. We don't know what we need. We just know what we want, and we think we need certain things. But allowing the Father to figure out our needs and give us what He wants us to have is going to be the ultimate thing to do, because He sees the beginning, He sees the end, He knows the in-between, He knows the thoughts in the hearts of men, you know, your deepest thoughts, He knows your past, your traumas, He knows your, you know, aspirations. He knows the things that you don't even know that you aspire yet. He knows your gifts, those that are hidden, those that you already know about, like, and He knows all of those things about the people that you're going to be interacting with. So thinking that you can choose and, you know, that you should be the decision maker of your life and not put it in His hands, it's foolish. It's just foolish. You don't know enough to really feel like that. But like, it takes a person to get to a certain point to understand that. To understand, like, I don't know enough. I don't want this. Lord, take it. Take control. Take the wheel. Like, it takes a special person who's been through enough to get to that. And some people have been through so much, and they just too stubborn to even just accept it. But hey, that's not me. That's not us. We accept it, okay? We accept that the Lord needs to be the master of the decision making of what we need, to desire what we want, to determine what we want. Like, and what we should want is His will to be done. So, in saying that, back to sometimes we need to just thank God for what did not happen. Sometimes we make these plans and we make these prayers and we want God to give us certain things in our lives, you know, going along our own timetables or going along our own desires. At this point in my life, I want this. This point in my life, I want this. I think I'm ready for this, Lord. Like, praying for His will to be done is best. Like, I've explained this before. Permissive will versus perfect will. You know, the perfect will is when everything run on all cylinders to where God wanted to do, perfect timing and all of that stuff. It's set up just the right way. Permissive will is, okay, I'm asking God for certain things that I want that He may permit me to have, just so long as it don't get in the way of what is within what He wants me to have. I like to give this example of, okay, me and my daddy, you know, I'm a kid, and my daddy got to take me to the doctor, and we going to the doctor at 3 o'clock, right? So he done got me out of school at 1, you know, give us some wiggle room. But I asked him, like, well, Daddy, can we stop and get some ice cream? I don't know if getting ice cream right before the doctor is a good idea, but hey, whatever. Can we stop and get some ice cream, Daddy? Like, that wasn't part of what I wanted. I wanted to just relax and take our time and go to the doctor. But I'll allow it. We can go get some ice cream. You've been a good daughter. You know, I'm gonna let you do that. But we still going to this doctor, and we still gonna be there about 3 o'clock. So that's how the permissive will is. God will allow certain things that you pray for, whether it's, you know, for the good, or whether it's for the test or the learning or the, you know, whatever. He'll allow certain things, but at the end of the day, He still got His list of things that you are supposed to get to, and that's what's in His perfect will. So back to my point, you know, sometimes gotta let us have stuff that we prayed for, and then sometimes we'll pray for something and he just say no. He just says no, and you don't understand why, and it might hurt your feelings, or you might have had something and you thought, okay, yes, God answered my prayers, just to find out that, like, nah, it's not the way that you thought it was, or something bad happens to it, or you lose it, then you're feeling despair, right? You're feeling like, God, why did you let this happen? Why is this happening to me? You feel very upset about the way your life has become. But what we need to understand is that we don't know everything. We don't know the reason why God allowed that thing to happen. We don't know why God allowed us to lose that certain thing. We don't know why God allowed a trial. And sometimes along the way, he'll reveal to you why. You'll be able to put the pieces together and be like, oh, okay, that makes sense, God. Because once again, you love him and you're working within his purpose, so everything's going to work out for the good. But sometimes he won't even let you know nothing. Like, you just have to accept that this is what happened and this is what God wanted to happen. So I'm gonna give y'all a real life example of something that I'm thanking God for now, but it was so devastating, and it devastated me for years. Like, I had to go to therapy, like all of this stuff, but now, like, so he allowed me the clarity to see, like, okay, that wasn't supposed to happen, and I get it now. I get it. And like, I'm actually thanking God that it didn't happen, even though it was something I wanted so bad, and I prayed for it over and over again. And I know God answers my prayers. I know he hears my prayers. I know that, I was living in a way, like, I felt like, God, I've been doing things that I felt like I know that I deserve blessings and favor. Like, that's just how I felt. Like, that's debatable, but that's just how I felt. So it's like, God, why would you let this happen to me? This is something you told me I could have, and now it's gone. It's gone. Why did you let? It was so much heartache, like all of this, but it was for a reason, and it took me 3 years to understand the reason. It took me 3 years for all of that to resolve. But in the moment, I'm just hurt in questioning God, not turning my back on God, not taking my trust from God, none of that. But it hurt me, and then like it allowed me to question, like, why? So the situation was, I had been waiting to have babies again. I have a child, but I wanted the situation to be so much better the next time I had a child. And years went by because, again, the situation, like, I wanted the situation to be the way that I wanted it to be before I felt like I was ready to have more children. So it took a few years for the situation to get where I wanted it to be. And so it's like, okay, I'm ready. Everything is good. Everything is where I needed to be for this to happen. Like, it's time for these babies. So God blessed me with the pregnancy just the way I wanted it. I was asking the Lord for twins because, as I said, years had passed, and I was in the position where I was feeling like, I'm basically starting over from my first child. So it's like, I want more kids, but I don't want a bunch of pregnancies. So I'm asking the Lord, like, please bless me with multiple births. Please bless me with twins. I'll even take triplets, like, so that I can, bust them out and be done with being pregnant. So he blessed me with twins. And again, in the situation that I wanted it to be in, I was very glad. I felt so blessed. The Lord answered my prayers, and he answered it in the way that I prayed for it, right? Tick-tock, time goes by, I lose them. I lose my twins, and devastation, just devastated. I'm like, everything was so right. Why, Lord, did you let this happen? And it wasn't like a spontaneous thing. It was something that happened over the course of a few days. So it was like I had time to kind of understand that my pregnancy was in trouble. And again, I'm somebody who believes in prayer. I'm someone who knows, like, I have no doubt that God hears my prayers. So, and the way that he's shown up for me before, like, it's making me feel very confident, like, okay, maybe I'm being tested about this and I need to get God in this. So I'm welcoming God in this. He's in this. I'm praying. I'm believing for it. But anyway, I still end up losing them, right? Woo! I went through some very bad heartache with that. But on the flip side, like I said, this is about us, in retrospect, being able to thank God for stuff that didn't happen. I can only imagine right now today, if I had those babies right now today, and the mess that I went through, and the I guess the journey, the personal journey that I had to go through with God, and how my babies would not have fit into the equation. They just didn't. Everything happens for a divine purpose. It also, in a way, made me trust God more. Losing the babies made me trust God more, because it was the retrospective. It was me being able to understand why things happened the way they did. It's like, okay, God, I get it. I get it. Now I trust you so much more. I know why that happened. And I just said all that to say, like, sometimes, like, we need to get out of our own way. If we say we're going to trust God, we need to trust him. If we believe that he got our best interests in mind, we're going to believe that he got our best interests at heart, at mind, like, in spirit. Like, we just have to stand on that. And thank God for some of the things that could have happened, that we wanted to happen so bad. And we can look at it now and just be like, oh my God, you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. I just wanted to share that. Chew on that for a little bit, and I hope you have a nice day. That's all I got.
I love you all. To get deeper into this bubbly life with Shay's champagne encouragement, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It's poppin'.